So far, the Navigator hasn't started to show flaky behavior. Let's start up the bike. Well, it's behaving right now, but if I start to ride it, it'll start going flaky.
Okay, let's start the bike. This is Wednesday, December 4th, I believe, and I'm recording the behavior of the Nav 6. So far so good. Ambient temperature right now 50 degrees. You see, it's just switched by itself to that alternate screen, and it's doing things by itself. I just switched on my right blinker. The screen is now blank. Try hitting the return button, back button, that's what happens. By itself, it cleared the screen. Return button brings it back to like that. Okay, so that's the first screen to come up when it starts doing this behavior. So I'm using the jog wheel now to switch screens. There's the compass. The compass has no additional buttons other than the back button, and many times that screen stays stable. Next screen. Music. Many times all the buttons press randomly. Today, right now, it seems stable for now. Next screen. Again, with this screen, the different buttons or the different icons get pressed randomly. This one here, sometimes the tool icon gets pressed, and it keeps prompting me to change the different information that I have on the screen. See, it just pressed the tool icon all by itself. I did not press that tool icon. Tool icon is pressed, but nothing is happening. Okay, look what it's doing right now. What is that? Next screen. Went back to the map, and it put this alternate screen on, and it's jiggling now. Forward to the next screen. Again, the tool icon is flickering. Okay, so I'll let it run for a while, and it'll go through various I won't keep it on this screen because this screen, like I said, is the most stable. so it's not going to demonstrate the flaky behavior. Keep it on the map screen. The map screen, which is the default screen, is the most unstable screen of all. Of course, as you can see from that screen there, I'm nowhere close. It's nowhere close to being showing me where I am. There's a yellow line going diagonally across the screen. That's typically the road that you're on, but that's not the road I'm on. Maybe that's the road I'm on, but it's rotated. Zooming in, I can see actually it's nowhere close to where I am. Okay, changing the screens back again. Okay, here's a good example of the music. It's flickering the different buttons. It's flickering the upper two buttons on the left, and I have no idea what it's trying to do. Temperature outside is 46 degrees right now. As soon as I go to the map, it puts me in this alternate view here. Try to hit return. And all it does is it changes the zoom level. Hit return, changes the zoom level to some other view. It just moves it apparently. It doesn't return to any other screen before it. So, I think that you should have a good idea of some of the behavior of the Nav 6 right now. This is totally unacceptable. I'm leaving it on the compass right now because that's the most stable screen, and I don't want to be irritated as I continue to ride my bike. There it is, jiggling all by itself. This is a demonstration of what's going on with this Nav 6 GPS unit. Right now it is on the compass, which is the most stable screen because it has no additional buttons, so there's no buttons to press, and I guess it just stays there. But if I switch to the other screens, and I will use the back button now to go to the previous screen, as you can see, I just hit the back button on the screen, it did nothing. Did it again, did nothing. So the screen is not responding to me. I will use the jog wheel to change the screen. I just use the jog wheel to change the screen, and the media screen comes up, and you can see two buttons are highlighted in the upper left corner of the window. It looks as though they're being pressed, but of course they're not, or maybe they are, but it's not doing anything. But many times things keep flashing in front of the on the screen. The buttons are pressed randomly, and the screen keeps jumping in response to those button presses, which are being pressed all by itself. The unit is pressing the buttons by itself. Go to the next screen. Again, with this screen here, various things are being pressed. It might press, for example, the go home, button, then it'll start route guidance to my home, even though I'm going somewhere else. It presses it randomly by itself, and next thing you know, I've got a route that's being executed. Next screen. This screen, as you can see, I'm using the jog wheel, and I just went backwards to this screen here, and the tool in the upper left is selected, but nothing is happening. It's flickering now. Don't know why. Let's go to the previous screen. Previous screen. As soon as I go to the map screen, it changes to this alternate screen. And this alternate screen, it does not necessarily reflect where I am right now. And it's jiggling. If I hit any of the buttons there, it won't respond. I can hit the back button. Actually, it did respond. All it did was zoomed in a little bit more on this map. The map not being reflective of where I am. So I'll use the back button to go to the previous, not the back button, but the jog wheel to go to the previous screen. And here I am at the compass screen again, which, like I said before, is the most stable screen, simply because it's got no buttons on it for the unit to press randomly by itself. Go back to the screen, the map screen. Bang! Again, immediately it changes into this useless screen here. So I think you've got an idea as to what's going on with this Nav 6. This is totally unacceptable behavior, and this unit needs to be changed.